Hello folks, back in middle of 2023. You're watching the Dickerson Bluegrass talk show. Only on YouTube and on Facebook. Brought to you by the Dickerson Bluegrass Productions. It's one of the finest media comedies all around the world, bluegrass music. Is that right, Lil Evan? Yes sir, yes it is right. It is brought to you by the Dickerson Bluegrass Productions. Stay tuned for the interviews and watch me on YouTube and on Facebook. Bye, everyone. Well, hello, folks. This is Dickerson on a Sunday morning from the Dickerson Bluegrass Talk Show. Or I should say afternoon. Brought to you by the Dickerson Bluegrass Productions. It's one of the finest media companies all around the world, bluegrass music, especially on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Here at the Orange Army Bluegrass Festival for the final day of this festival. Here with the legendary guitar player. He used to play for Bill Monroe for 10 years. Play with Ralph. We talked to Ralph Stanley for a short while. And here's Wayne Lewis, his name. How you doing, Wayne?
Just fine. And you, Evan?
I'm doing good. Let's talk about how you like being here at the Orange Army at Camp Fest.
I enjoy it.
You enjoy it?
Of course, I love to come to any bluegrass festival, but this one was set up for a good reason, for cancer, and help do things to prevent cancer. I've had a lot of cancer in my family, and it's a deadly thing, but they're doing things all the time now that make it work better. And I enjoy being here. Don Rigsby, I love Don Rigsby. I've known him since he was just a kid. And his dad, Don's dad, and I were very close friends. So I just feel good about being out here.
Yeah, let's talk about Bill Monroe. Like, how'd you got into Bill Monroe?
Well, I was telling your dad earlier, when I was 5 years old, growing up on the old farm up there in Sandy Hook, we had a battery radio that sat on the hearth in front of the fireplace, and on Saturday night when Monroe was on the Opry, I'd go lay down by that radio and put my ear as close as I could to the speaker, and I would tell my mom and dad, someday when I grow up I'm going to play guitar and sing on the Grand Ole Opry with Bill Monroe, and I finally did.
That's pretty good, Wayne. And what was that like to play for Bill Monroe? You were telling me a little bit ago, but what was that experience like to play with that great legend and founding father of bluegrass as a human being and as a musician?
Well, I had heard so many stories about Mr. Monroe, how rough he was to work for.
Yeah.
And I didn't find him that way. Bill Monroe, to me, I would say, Bill, how do you want me to do this? And he'd say, do it just like I've always seen you do. And then if I don't like it, I'll tell you. So there was a few things I did on the guitar, and he said, I don't care for that. And I just said, okay, I'll quit it. And I did, And singing, you had to really love the Bill Monroe music, because with Bill, the lead singer, he sung higher than a Georgia pine. It strained your vocal cords to get up there and sing that lead where it was supposed to be. And I worked hard, and I spent 11 and a half years with him.
11 and a half?
And I played with some of the greatest musicians there was in bluegrass music. Butch Rob, I got the baked beans and onions. There was Butch Robbins playing banjo. Kenny Baker, for over 10 years of that stint that I stayed with Bill, played fiddle. And Randy Davis played bass. Then we got Mark Hembry. When Randy left, got Mark Hembry to play bass. And he sang baritone and bass. And we had Tater Tate playing bass guitar for a while, bass fiddle for a while.
Yeah.
He played fiddle for a while. Well, Tater Tate could play any position, anytime.
Oh, yes.
He just really could do anything he wanted to do. He grew up back in the early days of bluegrass music. I think I'm not sure, but I think his birth date was like 1920, 21. He was older than Baker or Josh Graves or any of them. But he was a very learned guitar player, mandolin player. He could play mandolin, just blow your head. I never heard him play banjo, but he played fiddle, guitar, mandolin, bass. He was just a musician's musician.
Oh, yeah. And Wayne, what you were talking about the guitar you were playing earlier. What was that guitar you played?
That guitar that I've got, that I bought in '76 or '77. It's a D28 Martin, made in 1957.
Oh, wow.
And I've got older guitars, but that one had a special tone. First time I ever saw that guitar was in '67. A guy that I knew in Indiana had it, and I started trying to buy it. And he wouldn't sell it. And in '76, he called me and he said, I want one of the Bicentennial Martins, 76 model. And I looked and looked and looked until I found one that would suit me to play. And I called him and told him, and he said, well, we'll trade. So I met him in Bean Blossom, Indiana. We were going up north someplace, and so I met him in Bean Blossom. And I give him the 77, the Bicentennial, or the 76 Bicentennial. And he played it, and he said, I love it. And he said, here's the old 57. And I said, okay. And he said, how much boot do I owe you? And I said, just let it go. I don't want anything. I was afraid I'd choke if I tried to tell him something.
Yeah. You were on the RFD TV's co-host on Cumberland Highlanders, were you?
Yes, I was.
What was that like to be on there?
It's great. Campbell Mercer and I were partners.
You guys were partners?
Yeah, he hired me in, I think it was '98. I think that was the first time I played when we were on KET at that time. And then after I joined him, I think in '99 we went to Outdoor Channel. I knew the guy in Nashville, so he helped us get the Outdoor Channel. And then we hired Joe Isaac. I think I hired Joe in '98 or '99. It was one of those years, and he was a permanent fixture. You know, he was there all the time. Joe and I met Joe in '63 or '64 in Dayton, Ohio, and I'd known him all those years, but he had gone up north and worked with the group in New York, the Greenbrier Boys. And he came back to Tennessee, and he had gotten married while he was up there, and he and Lily started singing gospel music, and that's how the Isaac family got started.
That's amazing to know that, folks. And Wayne, thank you so much for your time
sure
doing the interview. And I'm Evan Dickerson from the Evan Dickerson Bluegrass Talk Show, brought to you by the Evan Dickerson Bluegrass Productions. Go for Team Sheila, for Sheila Porter, and folks, take care. Have a nice day.